Hi, I'm Dick Wagner. Welcome to the Crest Network. A video today on what is your turning point. I came up with this when I became aware that our co-founder was presenting a webinar on how to be a great leader, and it got me to thinking about you and your leadership and what might make you change your direction. And so it's entitled, What is Your Turning Point? The fact is, every single choice that you can make could have a major impact on your life. One of the things that you do often in your business, and it can be an expensive mistake or it can be a brilliant move, is hiring people for keeps. Now, we all hire people, we have all fired people, but hiring people for keeps is just what it says. You're not considering them expendable, you're not considering them to be a tool or air movers or dehues to get what you want specifically, but hiring people for keeps that understand your vision, your long-term ideas, your long-term strategies. The fact is, if your business is going to be highly successful, you need to focus on having long-term dedicated employees. As I coach contractors literally almost every day of the week, at least Monday through Friday, I talk to many of them that are so proud of, they can name many different employees in their organization that have been there 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 12 years, 16 years. I hear it a lot. And it seems to be that the common denominator is the employer invests in the employee. They spend money bringing them up to speed on, everything from the type of work that's done in the field to sales coaching and so forth. And it's amazing to me that there are so many owners that don't provide ongoing coaching for their sales and marketing staff and tend to treat salespeople and marketers as an expendable commodity. And that is a very expensive proposition for you to operate that way. Too many owners think in terms of, how little do I have to pay to get this person? Or how little do I have to pay to keep this person? A much more practical thought is, how much can I afford to pay them, keep them happy, and achieve the goals that we want to achieve? Your key people should be helping you innovate and succeed. Your top employees should know what your vision is and be able to implement that vision with proper coaching. You also should, and this is a word that's been thrown around for 10 or 15 years or so, you should be empowering them, because if you empower those employees to make decisions on their own, they become more valuable to you and far more effective overall for your company. In addition to hiring people, one of the critical areas that affects your success and maybe changes your direction is better goals being set. The better you hire, the better you can work with them to establish achievable but aggressive goals. And the more motivated they are, and that's what you're trying to achieve here. Yes, choosing the right goal or series of goals can be kind of tricky. Establishing a goal can always be, am I too aggressive? Have I set the goal so high that nobody could possibly reach it? Or have I set the goal so low that it's like a no brainer and nobody has to put forth any effort? So, yeah, setting the right goal is somewhat of an art. It takes analyzing past information, data, historical information, your market, what the current market is, and what the current market's probably going to be for the next 6 to 12 months. And often, at least every 6 months, that goal probably needs to be raised or lowered. In the case of when we were all blown away with an unexpected pandemic, many contractors chose to lower their goals and then adjust their spending accordingly. Sometimes too many goals are set. Too many goals can often equal not achieving any of those goals. So prioritization, when it's established correctly, put out in writing, clear and understandable, it does encourage the right focus, especially if we're talking about sales and marketing. But it also can apply to your production staff or your admin staff in your office as well. In addition to setting good goals, the goals can be achieved far quicker. When you're looking down from the proverbial 40,000 feet and taking in the community, your market area, your business, your competitors, you need that, and you should be doing that for your clear perspective of what you're dealing with, what's out there, what's happening. When you have coaches, business coaches, admin and financial coaches, sales and marketing coaches, it's very, very likely that you are going to make less mistakes because you have more eyes on the situation, and those eyes are often outside looking in, but they're providing you with a less biased opinion and less biased guidance. It's kind of like if you as the GM or the owner or the manager are in the thick of the forest, you often can't see that entire forest because the trees are in the way. But if you could rise above the forest 10, 20, 30,000 feet, many of those things would become extremely clear. I would say that if you treated outside guidance like an insurance policy, where it's there to help you prevent screw ups or minimize the screw ups, it's a really good thing. Yes, you're going to make more money. The better you hire, the better you set your goals, the quicker those goals are achieved with fewer mistakes and less problems. You will make more money. Life's short. When you can reduce your headaches and your screw ups, you are indeed making more money. Financial guidance can help you leverage the resources that you have so that you can show greater profitability, greater productivity, and even many of you who have been successful can have some peace of mind. Hiring well, establishing good goals, achieving those good goals helps you also avoid distractions. You know, kind of chasing that shiny red ball. The fact is, you should have a narrow list of key services that you offer. Why? Because you can't serve two masters. You can't give your all to water damage and then also offer duct cleaning. You can't give your all to water damage and mold cleanup and then try to do fire chasing. It is simply too much of a distraction. It is indeed chasing the shiny red ball. I talk with owners on a regular basis who tell me, oh my God, Dick, I just had this really cool idea. We've already got 37 services that we offer, but we're thinking of offering these other three. They seem to dovetail nicely. The challenge there is, how in the world do you market to and promote and sell that many different services? It reminds me of some research I was doing recently. I was looking up and searching websites of roofing contractors, and this applies to the restoration industry as well. But when I was looking at some roofing contractor websites, many times, I mean, 50% of the websites that I went to said, we are an expert on all types of roofing. It would kind of be like you go to the doctor, you're having serious heart pains. And so you go to the doctor and you check in the yellow pages, Google online or wherever, and you search for the least expensive doctor. I don't think so. You're having a major heart issue. You don't want a cheap doctor. You also don't search for a general practitioner. You don't search for just any old doctor. You want a doctor that specializes in cardiology. And same thing applies to roofers. You cannot be an expert in asphalt shingled roofs, in flat slate roofs, in half moon tile roofs. You can't be an expert in steel roofs. You can't be an expert in all of the different types of roofs, because how do you get really good at every single one of them and have all of your people, your admin people answering the phone, your technicians out there doing the work, your marketers that are promoting your company? How can you possibly be credible or believable when you say, I'm really good at everything? It would be no different than you calling me up saying, Dick, I'm thinking about hiring a coach. And my response is, that's awesome. I'm really good at everything related to the restoration and the roofing business. Your instant reaction would be, what a crock of crap. That's not believable. You can't be an expert at everything. And in fact, I am not. My focus, my sole focus, is on being an expert in coaching people in the sales and marketing world, period. That's my area of expertise. So don't get caught up in outdated strategies where the alleged guru says, oh yeah, we're good at everything and Oh my gosh, I've been doing this for 25 years, and oh yeah, I didn't want to mention you have to follow my program, and I still teach what was taught in the year 2002. By the way, a specialist makes the most money. A generalist does not. Look it up in any industry. A specialist is the one that makes the most money. I want you to consider one other thing here. It's important to look and study and understand your competition, but don't follow them over the cliff. Don't imitate them, don't copy them unless you are absolutely sure that that's the right move. Evaluate and then selectively decide which of your competitors' programs, services, strategies might work for your particular company, your resources, your capabilities. And then here's a little additional tip. Use SPYFU, SPYFU. You can Google it. See how SPYFU works. It's designed to where you to enter in your own or your competitor's website link in URL, and it will tell you a bunch of information about them and their website. Google Trends is another great place to see what's happening. And then I am so amazed at how few marketers, how few owners take advantage of Google Alerts. Google Alerts are free. Google, go to Google and then type in Google Alerts, and it'll take you to the Google Alerts page, and you can enter in keywords or keyword phrases, and once a day, once a week, however you choose, you will get a notice of Google Alerts. I have, not by geography, but by US, I have two different Google Alerts that I request come to me by email once a week. They come on Sunday afternoon. One of the Google Alerts is water damage. And you would be amazed at how many times on a Sunday afternoon I open that up, and there conveniently is a list of 2 or 3 or 5 or 30 water damage articles or notifications of an event, a water damage event that happened in many different places in the United States. I have a client who has water damage Atlanta, and they get daily alerts about water damage Atlanta, and that's really cool because often they are very quickly alerted to a water damage or a major pipe break in downtown Atlanta, and if they choose, they can roll to that water damage site and start passing out business cards to those commercial buildings up and down the street that their basements are flooded. You should be using Google Alerts. If you want to know more about it, don't hesitate to call me. I would be happy to take a few minutes and tell you how you could use Google Alerts. You can also, by the way, use a Google alert of your competitor's name, and you will get an alerts on different competitors that you put in the alerts, and you'll see what they're doing. Also, you should, to know what your competitors are doing, check out their Facebook page. Check out their Twitter account. See what their LinkedIn pages and profiles are all about as well. Changing direction means sometimes owners need to make a dramatic direction change. My co-founder, Bill Giannone, coaches on his area of expertise, which is the administrative and the financial review of your P&Ls. And he was recently brought into one of our Crest member clients, and he reviewed their books, their admin, their financial, and he made the hard recommendation that that client needed to shut their business down immediately, stop taking additional work, and bite the bullet and take a 30, 60, 90, 120 day breather and get their business in order, because it was an absolute mess. And so the owner took the advice and he did that. He shut it down for 3 months. And during that time, they strategized the right way to bring the business back online, far more healthy, far better profit status. They got a whole bunch of stuff cleaned up. They had millions of dollars in accounts receivable that wasn't being collected. And so now they're in a strong position. But sometimes a really, really brutal direction change needs to happen. My recommendation is also, don't keep adding or eliminating services to your business. It hurts morale, it confuses your sales and marketing and technical staff, and it hurts your profits. And then don't be always thinking you're smart enough to do this on your own. Yeah, you might be smart, but you, once again, like I just said a few slides ago, you can't see the forest for the trees sometimes. We can help you create a long-term strategy and then help you review it and then modify it if needed. And, I'm one of these guys, I hate asking for advice. I'm getting over it. After many, many years, I'm slowly getting past that. But I have learned as a sales and marketing coach, and my co-founder of Crest has learned as a business and admin coach, that what it does is it frees you, the owners and GMs, it frees you up to concentrate on the really important issues, not spending your day putting out the fires and the headaches that are constantly being thrown at you. It also, working with a coach, helps you raise the bar at your company, kind of be the best your company can be. Also, a sales and marketing coach often acts as the sales manager because you're not good at it typically. And you can't afford a $75,000 or $100,000 a year sales manager. So we often act as a coach to help you hold your salespeople accountable and to help coach your salespeople to be ultra high sales performers. We as coaches can also help identify and quickly solve roadblocks and speed bumps that are constantly coming up in front of you. Sometimes it's just simply to take the pressure off. I'm Dick Wagner. You've been watching the Crest Network. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you next time.